Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Ooh, that splooged.
Whoa.
I got to get a little shot over here. I missed the keyboard completely.
Nice.
Did you shake that up before we got on?
I did not shake it up or shake it off. So, welcome back, guys.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Hey.
here. It's another week.
Another week, another time to talk about Georgia State. I was shocked. I was looking. So, Tim, you had messaged across a few things to talk about, and one of those things was the potential changes coming to the college football playoff. And you said you couldn't find the link that you had saw originally. And so I was like, you know what? I could just go to ESPN or I could just search for college football playoff 16 team, and I'm sure that article would pop up. But instead, I decided to go to the Sunbelt message board and then click through to the full-on NCAA message board, and they had a post in there that said, if Texas State goes football only to the PAC, where would they go for their Olympic sports? And I was like, this is a great detour. I should look at that. I click on it, and the guy's post wasn't just what he said. What he was saying was, if Texas State and Georgia State go to the PAC as football-only members, and of course, in true internet message board fashion, the conversation derailed into all kinds of other things.
Hitler, right?
I was just shocked that I clicked on something at the last second, and bam, there's Georgia State right in the middle of it.
I mean, we still have all of the big pluses that got talked about when we were moving up, right? Like we're a large metro area, like a large what is it, the media market, right? Yeah, or like number 7 or something. And I don't know what we are now, but we were number 7 back in the day. And what is a top 10 in attendance for the university as well. Like we're huge, so like there's a lot of pluses to take us.
As long as you don't look at like attendance or performance on field, we actually are a very, very compelling program.
If we were playing programs in the Big Ten, we would have attendance.
Just ignore facts and we're okay.
I mean, I would even wager. Yeah, you're not going to get people to show up to Georgia State games playing Sunbelt teams. You're not going to get them to show up playing Conference USA teams. There are a handful of American teams that you would get some attendance to show out for, more so than the other two conferences. But yeah, you get Big 12 teams in here.
But even for the most part, like AAC, like you're that's like people that you stop on. Like if you're just like flipping through channels on like a weekday and you happen to see football, it's American and you'll watch it just because you're like, football. I like football. Like you're not going out your way to watch American.
No.
Well, yeah, especially now that, UCF and Cincinnati and Houston have left. Like before, if I'm flipping the channels and I see UCF on, I'm like, oh, who are they going to slaughter today? I would tune into that. Or if I just wanted to see a team put up like absurd numbers, you put on a Houston or Cincinnati game.
Right.
But yeah, there's really no, Memphis, Tulane, Temple. There's not really compelling teams in there, but they still would draw better than I think that they may draw better TV numbers than attendance. I still don't see us getting a lot of people show up in Atlanta for Tulane or.
I mean, that move the meter. That's not different than a Texas State or.
But what if we had
yes, our best attended, but that's different, right? That's like
what if we have a Washington State coming in every couple of years to play Atlanta?
That'd be awesome.
Or Oregon State.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Are we sure they're talking about us? I don't know. Like,
did not say GSU. It said specifically Georgia State. Okay. And again, this was one dude on an internet message board, and I think he was a Fresno State fan. He had Fresno in his username, so he may know nothing about Georgia State at all. But it was just kind of interesting. It was kind of funny.
Who knows? Maybe they have talked to us. Maybe they said, hey, you want to come over here?
Do you think that Charlie's even picked up that phone call if it's happened?
I mean, I'd hope he'd take all phone calls. It's kind of his job. Like, you can't just ignore progress. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way he's not. I mean, because if for nothing else, that's networking for yourself, right? You take that phone call
Sure.
just to start rubbing elbows with
It's like,
higher ups.
oh, honey, I think I've got a job for us in Moscow, Idaho.
Probably not.
No, that's not going to work. But they're not in the pack, anyways. They're not even in FBS.
As they drop down, right?
Yeah, they're FCS now.
They've got that big. It was like the hangar or whatever it was called. I
Is
don't
that
know
what they
if it was
called
called
it?
that,
Just the
or if that's what we called it. I don't know, but it's like a big. It's like a big aircraft hangar. It's like the big it's like long but rounded at the top.
that's I've heard that description before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, didn't mean to get into it immediately, but that whole Georgia State kind of thing threw me for a loop there a little bit. But Tim, since you brought it, since that we led that in there, this whole 16-team playoff thing, I think is
Let's
absolute
do it.
garbage.
Do it.
No.
Why not? What you don't like about it, other than it just lets in more of the SEC and Big?
I don't like the guaranteed spots for conferences.
Okay.
If you have guaranteed spots for conferences, it should be equal through all conferences. So what they're talking about is what is it? It's 4 SEC, 4 Big Ten, 2 ACC, 2 12, 1 G6 program, and then 3 at large.
That's what I don't get. Like you're like, make it so all your conference champions go, right? That's easy, and then that's equal, even, whatever. You win your conference championship, you've earned the right to try, right? That's cool. SEC and Big Ten are already gonna send more at larges than anyone else. So like, what do you need to have guaranteed slots for? Like, and then just
Ryan,
fill in with at large.
You mentioned championship games. They're talking about doing away with conference championship games in lieu of a play-in game for the playoffs. So instead of what is it? You would have so your number 1 and number 2. Let's use the SEC for local reference. Your number 1 and number 2 ranked SEC teams would get spots in the college football playoff. Okay, and then your 3rd place SEC team and your 6th place would play a game. Is that what is that? Do I have that right? And the 4th and 5th place teams would play a game.
I think so.
And the winners of those 2 games would get your SEC spot 3 and 4 into the college football playoff. That's what they're talking about doing. So no SEC championship game, but 2 SEC play-in games. And the same thing would be for the Big Ten, and then you'd have one for the ACC and Big 12, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, what do we get?
One
G6 team,
just like before.
One G6 team, the highest ranked G6 team.
Oh, we don't even have to play for it. They're just gonna rank us and just say, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, pretty much. Which at that point, honestly, for a G6 team, do what Liberty has done. Schedule the most weak ass out of conference schedules you can be in the worst conference in all of G6, and have a stacked 12-0 record, and like, oh, we're the best team because we have who cares that we played the likes of Delaware and Missouri State. We have a 12-0 record, so we're the G6 buy-in.
I don't mind 16 teams. I just don't understand why you have to have all these weird rules that like guarantee the best conferences get more people, even though they're going to always send more people anyway because they are the better conference. They're just gonna send more people naturally.
So you just don't like the protection they're giving themselves. They don't need the protection, but they have it anyway.
No, it's like they're scared they're going to drop off, and if you drop off, you deserve to send fewer people. Like, I think, like, what's the why? Why would you do that? Like, stay good.
They just want to keep. I mean, they want to keep ACC, Big 12, and then obviously the G6 at 1.
Well, I think that part of what they're doing is they're justifying the fact that having these huge super conferences is not financially feasible. So the SEC and the Big Ten are going to rely on the extra teams coming into the college football playoffs and getting that extra TV money for those games.
Yeah, we want it too.
Well, I know we want it too, but what I'm saying is like they're saying like we can't possibly continue operating this 20 team or 18 team conference, whatever the hell they have right now, unless we're getting in at least 4 teams every college football playoff. That's how much money we need to come in. Like, we can't do it with 3. And there's still 3 at large. So you could easily have 7 SEC teams or 6 SEC and 5 Big 10 teams in there. But by putting that number, that 4 number in there, they're saying like that's what they need. They're showing how weak the conference is as far as financially stable by building up as big as it is.
Yeah, like I said, stay good. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you can't keep it up, then split apart. Like there's no reason to have to stay that way either. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, to me, as much as I want to see a G5 team or G6 team get a guaranteed spot in the playoffs, when I look at this 4-4-2-2-1-3 scenario, I say scrap it all. 16 teams, I'm fine with 16 teams. Give me the top 16 teams. Just right,
Well,
however the rankings come out, give me the top 16. And I know that if there's a G6 team that's right there on the cusp of 15, 16, they're going to get dropped to 17 because they don't want to have that G6 team in the playoffs. I understand that subjective ranking is going to happen, but instead of this nonsense, just take the top 16 teams, whoever they are.
What they're doing is, if we say like, okay, 9 times out of 10, SEC is going to send 4 teams anyway, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
On that 10th time, they would have sent 3, but they've made it so that they are guaranteed a 4th. So what they're essentially saying is, we're going to create a less good product by sending a less good team that doesn't even deserve to be there, because they're just guaranteed a spot, and like we're okay with that because like money. Like, well, you're killing the sport, like that actually sucks. Like you're trying to create a product that people want to go watch, but like I don't want to go watch, if it's, I don't know, Kentucky or whatever, I don't,
Right.
maybe they're not, I don't know, it just sucks. I don't know. That's just if they would have sent four teams 9 times anyway, those 9 times were just fine, whatever.
Yeah,
And maybe they would have sent 5, right? Maybe
what's the difference in 3 teams for the SEC and Big 10 and then having 5 at large, or 2 teams for the power conferences and what was it, 7 teams at large? Like you're taking an extra SEC team just because they're SEC over an ACC team or a Big 12 team that may actually have a better record,
right?
Because you're guaranteeing that. Yeah, it's
look, and 9 times out of 10, I'm being hard on them, right? It's really going to be like 99 times out of 100 they're going to send 4 teams. You know what I mean? Like their SEC is dominant in the sport. They're going to send up. They're probably going to send more than 4 most years.
Sure.
For sure. If you have 3 at large, I guarantee you. You say 9 times out of 10. I'll say 99 out of 100.
Yeah,
one of those teams is another SEC team, and another team is going to be a Big 10 team.
Yeah.
And then you may, like, what's the scenario where you get a second G6 team in there? How horrible, how bad is the next version of COVID that's come through there that you've got more than one G6 team coming in? And
how good is that lightning strike? And it's fun, right? Like, so we talk about this a lot about like March Madness. Like one of the draws to March Madness is the Cinderellas that pop up, right? And if you're just artificially saying that, like, okay, we're gonna basically artificially reduce the likelihood of that happening, you're reducing the fun of the product, right? For us,
that's a great analogy. The NCAA tournament has 64 teams, and they don't have guaranteed conference spots.
Champions go, don't they? Champions go.
Yeah, all the champions go. That's one thing.
All champions go, and then it's at large.
That's one thing
right?
they got right about it. But like, there's no qualifier there that says that the ACC gets 6 teams in.
Yeah,
no, and they
always get 6 teams in.
No, they don't.
Hell, they get half the state of North Carolina is in the NCAA tournament most years.
They don't, Tim.
No, not anymore. That's the big thing. Like the whole ACC is. I think their last year was the lowest amount of teams they've ever gotten in. So like, there's
3 or 4
trend. Yeah, there's trend changes where they're not the power conference they used to be. So this proposal for 16 teams, I mean, it's obviously unlikely the SEC goes downhill or Big 10 goes downhill. But what if it did, like somewhat? And they don't deserve. All 3 teams don't deserve to be there. but they're there because they made this thing. They're like, we get it anyway. Screw y'all. Like,
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, if the SEC just had an absolute just garbage year for one reason or the other? There's some I don't even know what's a scandal anymore. They made everything legal. I don't know how you could, like, lose postseason eligibility at this point. But if they just had a horrible year and the SEC is just absolute garbage, they don't even have a single team in the top 16, and they get 4 teams into the playoff.
that'd be insane.
Wild.
Like, absolutely wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Could you imagine there not being a single SEC team or Big Ten team, that for that matter, in the top 16?
No.
Nope.
Like,
I can't.
But I mean,
literally cannot.
you'd have a team like Vandy being like, "This is our time to shine," and we still suck.
right.
Well, they would do well all season long, and then they would suck there.
Right.
The crazy thing,
That's
though, would be
yes.
like that last spot. Like, there's gonna be so much debate about who gets it, right? You're gonna have like a team or two that deserve to get in the playoff, and whatever, they get one of the 3. But that last spot, I mean, if there's like a really, really good overperforming G5 team, and then there's a bunch of P4 teams or 5 or where it's gonna be, that's gonna be a weird debate. Like, I can see the power saying, "Well, screw the G5. We're going to put the P5."
What if you have 2? It's very, very possible that you have 2 or 3 undefeated G6 teams. Let's say a Sun Belt team, a Mountain West teams, and a Pac whatever team all end up undefeated. Very possible, and that probably includes each of them having a win over a Power 4 team. All right, they're all undefeated. There's probably not like opponents, but that becomes a big spot,
Mm-hmm.
and that's far more likely than there being 4 SEC teams not in the top 16. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to protect. Like, you're already at the top. It's weird to like build in those protections when like you're probably gonna stay there.
Right.
I agree. That's my problem with it. I would rather just, instead of having these arbitrary numbers, just put in the top 16 teams.
Well, and just give other teams a chance to be better, right? Like in the thing they're trying to set up, it doesn't matter if you're better. You're not going unless you're better than the best.
What if they just did? What if they did top 15 teams and the top G6 team? Like, just to piss people off. Like, oh, we don't care that it's going to be like, I don't know, Fresno State. Actually, they've been good in the past. I'm trying to think of a team that's been historically bad, but not horribly bad.
I'm kind of proud of them for always including a G6. It feels like there's always a G6 thrown in there, and I'm just waiting on the time when they're going to be like, never mind.
I think the G6, this is right up your alley, Ryan. I feel like the fact they included G6 at all is purely for lawsuits. Like, nope, we're including them. We didn't exclude them.
It's like a monopoly thing or something, maybe.
It's a pity F. It's just like, all right, yeah, we'll let you in there.
Yep.
So,
but it looks like they're going to do it. I mean, all signs point to this is going to happen,
and I think it requires all conference commissioners giving the thumbs up for it.
No, trust me.
Yeah, no, because as soon as you say no,
they're like, you're out.
Yeah,
good luck.
There will never be a team from your conference that ever makes it into that G6 spot.
Right. We just got to go along with whatever they want to, keep things as long as we can.
Back in the 2000s, what was the name of the shoe that was like popular? They had the song about. Was it G5s or G6s?
G5. It's the plane. G5, right?
Yeah, it's the airplane. Yeah. Was it a G5?
I think it's
G5.
Why did the G5 not capitalize in that song? Okay, that's irrelevant.
It's not a. I gotta blink.
It's not topical at all.
The whole house just blinked.
Yeah, the aliens coming.
I don't know, but I kept my connection, so that's cool.
Getting it back to Georgia State a little bit, we have a new class of graduates.
Yeah,
class of 2025, including one Reginald Jeffries Hunter.
All right, congrats, man!
Getting a
degree. I don't think that's his real name. RJ Hunter.
Yeah, whatever. It sounded right to me.
Well, I realized afterwards that his dad's name is Ron, so it's definitely not Reginald.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Isn't he? He's Ron Jr.
He's
RJ.
RJ. He's RJ3. Remember? He's RJ3.
Oh, is that true?
Is that his like official name? No.
Well, I'm pretty sure that well, we definitely did chant RJ3 at the Baylor game for the shot.
We did.
Was it because he made a 3-pointer?
No, it's because he was the third.
Somebody in our Discord is gonna know this answer and tell us.
I didn't know we had a Discord.
Oh yeah, that's not. We don't have a Discord. Somebody in our whatever our group chat.
Group chat. No, I'm pretty sure that he's
All right, the cool kids all have Discords. You know,
he's a
we're just
third.
not that cool.
Well, I am not cool. I've tried Discord. I'm not smart enough for it. I'm too old.
It's rough.
I'm the old man trying to figure out how to change my VCR from blinking 12 o'clock when I'm in Discord. But RJ
I thought Ben Moore sent it to us, didn't he?
The thing that's cool about RJ Hunter graduating is now he meets the criteria for getting his number raised in the Convocation Center and being admitted into the Georgia State Hall of Fame, which I don't think anybody can argue that should happen
ASAP
immediately.
Yeah.
Right?
When does that come up? I don't even know. Is that like an early football season, or when do we do that?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you, Ryan. I don't know when that goes through. I would imagine that it's an off-season thing, but I don't recall hearing anything about it recently.
And do we just handle like Ron at the same time?
That's gonna be tough.
That was the question I was gonna post tonight. Is obviously Ron Hunter is as deserving as his son is to be in the Georgia State Hall of Fame, but from everything I understand, under current administration, Ron Hunter will never be given any accolades at the university.
Just like Pete Rose, he's going to get in. Don't worry about it. All right?
Yes, Pete Rose.
He's getting in. 28. What is it, 2028? Now that he's deceased and off the list.
So my idea is that RJ says, I will gladly come to a game and accept the retiring of my number or my induction to Hall of Fame as soon as my dad is inducted first.
Yeah.
And there is no reason why RJ should throw that kind of weight around. He should not have to. That's absurd. But just to do it to piss off Charlie Cobb, because as soon as Cobb's gone, as soon as the next athletic director, and I don't care if Charlie's here for 20 or 30 more years. I don't care, if he dies in his seat, 40 years from now, the next athletic director is putting Coach Ron Hunter into the Georgia Hall of Fame.
Does Charlie what? So does Charlie not like Ron Hunter?
No,
because of how that all went down. Like
to put it
reason
in,
I don't like Ron Hunter.
There's a lack of love there. Is that
to put it in Taylor Swift terms? They've got bad blood.
Have you? I mean, do we know? Do we know that? Have you? I mean, have we heard that actually?
We know that as much as a bunch of internet drunks would know it.
Okay, so like we assume because of how all that went down that like he burned the bridge basically.
Bridges were burned. Not sure if it came from Ron's side or Cobb's side, but yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any a lot of love there.
What I remember it took two to tango.
Of course,
neither person was a saint and all that.
You got. Ron came close to it. He ended up in New Orleans. He came pretty damn close to being a saint, which pisses me off.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean like that. Don't put words.
You can't bring up the word saint and not have me reference how much New Orleans sucks as a place.
Fair. I understand.
I mean, it's literally the Western version of Sodom and Gomorrah.
I'm sorry I triggered you.
You did.
I know. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm legit sorry.
We've only known each other for 15 years.
I know. I just I'd say I don't think about it, but I might have thought it was funny.
Sorry, Tim, you were saying something. Apologize.
I know, I'm good. Let's keep going. I'm bored.
Oh.
Ooh. No, I was just I think that RJ obviously should get I would want to see this season see his number hung up in the Convocation Center, and I think they should do it. They should schedule a game with Tulane playing at the Convocation Center. Have his dad be there, see it at halftime.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome. But can that happen? I don't even know. I guess they do it every year, right? They do their schedule every year. pretty much.
Schedules every year, and I mean, I would have to imagine. I'm going to put it on Coach Hunter on this side and say that if Coach Jonas reached out and said, "Hey, let's get you guys up here. We're going to hang your son's number up at halftime, or before the game. So I know you have to have your halftime time and everything like that. We'll do it before the game. I think that would just be a fun, exciting environment, right?
I think so. I mean, yeah. So Georgia State would show up, right? The fans would show up because, like, I mean, you remember how the sports arena used to rock when Ron Hunter was there, and he's beloved. You know, I've got my own stuff there. I mean, I told you I hang on to it, even though I don't even really remember what happened. Um, but I'd go to that just because it's an event, right? Atlanta cares about events, so you go.
I think you'd bring a lot of fans that have not gone to a Georgia State game since the Coach Hunter era
Mhm.
back out just to see him back in the building or into the new building and to celebrate RJ. I think it's just a win all around for me.
Mhm.
I think it'd
Yeah,
be a great idea.
faux show.
I guess that's all I got with that.
That seems like enough. I don't know.
All right. Um Baseball. Do you even want to touch on baseball?
Is it the same as it's been?
It's worse. It just
I thought we were
continued,
losing nonstop
and that
before.
has continued.
Oh, okay. So it's not. It's okay.
Um, 11 game losing streak. We have Appy State. Are we here? Is Appy here or there? I forgot to put that down. We're playing Appy State this weekend, and if we sweep them, I think we're in the conference championship or tournament. If we do anything less than sweep them, we are not in the conference tournament.
Is our problem pitching?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a Sunbelt fan account that tracks home runs across the conference, and
Mm,
Georgia State has been in the lead all season long, like
yeah.
by a lot. We just this going into this last week, we just dropped from first to second place. We went from I think we have Southern Miss has 87 and we have 82, or the discrepancy is about 5 home runs in there, but it just happened here in the last week or two of the season. But we've been leading in home runs. We have no problem scoring runs. Although Marshall beat the snot out of us. It
Mm.
was like a 13-1 or 13-3 game. It was brutal, brutal.
They're pretty good at baseball, though, right? Traditionally,
I think
aren't they?
so.
Or am I making shit up?
They're middle of the pack this season.
Mm.
I mean, literally middle of the pack. They were 13-14 in conference. So,
Mm.
uh, yeah. So it's a bummer, but I guess the big news is as of yesterday, the parking lot's closed. So they're supposed to be breaking ground at some point for the
Did
baseball stadium.
Were we able to confirm that?
No, because I lost my insider in Summerhill.
Oh, what a dick!
That guy sucks.
Yeah, who would even leave there?
I know why. It's so nice.
Divorce.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We have I was talking to somebody about the baseball stadium online, and I was like, I'm afraid it's going to look like a glorified like city park baseball field at this point. And that's kind of the mindset I want to have, because if it's anything better than that, then I'm not let down.
I think it's gonna be decent. I don't think there's a way they'd put something together that's not like, I don't know. What I keep hearing, it just seems like too, like, crappy, too toned down for like an NCAA
Yeah,
sponsored. I don't
D1.
know. Yeah,
What do you,
D1.
Tim? What do you think is the best and worst case scenario for the baseball stadium?
Best case, we find a bunch of money.
No, I'm saying like as
Just
far as
find
what's
it.
being built, like as far as like what we can expect as of right now, like come 2026, that first opening day. What do you think the best case and then worst case scenario looks like for that thing?
I'm going to be optimistic. I say it'll look about like the render looks without a video board. It's not. I mean, if you look at the renders we released, it's not like it's that flashy of a ballpark.
No, but it's nice.
Yeah. I think the big thing from the renderings we saw was just kind of like the having those 5 or 7 sections kind of like building out around home plate to about midway down first and third base, kind of being like a physical structure versus just having like 2 sections directly behind home plate on bleachers or something. But yeah,
Maybe they
I would.
start with like 2 sections and build out from there. I don't know. I
As long as it's like
I don't understand what you do to make it much less, other than the funny things we talked about, like a concrete outfield and no fence,
Right.
just safety cones. You know,
what do you think about it being that the artificial turf, which apparently is
it's a
a
thing.
new trend in college baseball is artificial turf.
I'm fine with it. I know that's like a lot of teams are moving to it, so
So do you think
we're
that the
on trend.
cost savings there that you just don't worry about it for like 4 years and just replace the whole thing versus having a maintenance crew that's got to take care of a ballpark
Yeah, I
every single
mean,
day?
that takes a lot. I mean, it would be
Right.
different if we had real grass at Center Park Stadium and then real grass at the baseball facility and then the softball facility if it ever gets built.
Who
Like
knows?
those are 3 playing surfaces where you could have a grounds crew and kind of like, okay, well, it makes sense. It's all in one area. They take care of all 3 year round versus now, I guess, replacing turf every 5-ish years.
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh, I hope we don't go long on that.
Could you imagine just having like just dugout spots all over the place?
Did we replace ours? I hope.
I know that Center Park Stadium has the exact same turf as Mercedes-Benz, and I know that Mercedes-Benz has already replaced theirs once. I don't know if we replaced ours at all.
Maybe we're waiting to see if Mercedes Benz likes this turf we have now.
If we do replace it, or when we eventually replace it at Center Park, I think that we should go away from the stitched in numbers and paint the numbers on so that you could actually have a completely green field to do soccer games or other events without having permanent grid lines.
I agree with that. I mean, because we play soccer in there, and it was
We had the
hard to
conference
figure out like
championship.
where out of bounds actually was.
Yeah, we had the
Yeah.
Sun Belt Tournament Conference Championship was played at Center Park Stadium like what 3 or 4 years ago, Ryan.
I don't
We went
remember.
to it. We went to it,
I
and
went
yeah,
to it? Shit, that's great.
was it was I was with one of you guys. I was
I
pretty sure
think
it
I
was
did.
you
That sounds vaguely familiar, but if
'cause I
I was
feel
with
like
you, I'd know I was probably
your daughter was there. Our daughters were there together, running around and everything. But
Oh,
yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah.
and it was because we sat there. We sat there under the university club with
Mhm.
the kids running in the background, and yeah, it was hard to tell because you've got the markings for the sideline for the football field, and like the soccer field went well into that, so it was a very strange layout.
Yeah. I remember that.
How did we get that?
I think it must have been rotation. It's,
Or,
I think,
just with the new facility, maybe they were just like, "Hey, let's throw them something,"
2020. There you go.
2020. That seems
Says
strange. Was it really 2020?
November 13th through 15th, Center Park Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
So it was just, you said September?
Uh-huh. No,
Oh, that makes
November.
November. Oh
November.
yeah, because we would have been out of the strictness of 2020.
$10 a day or $15 for the weekend. What a steal.
That's what prices of Music Midtown used to be like. I
Mhm.
think Music Midtown used to
Missed
be
that.
$20 for a day, or like $50 for the weekend or something.
At the Civic Center?
No, back when it was where the Fed building is now, whatever that park was called.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I only went to the Civic Center one.
I don't know, but in the Civic Center,
Atlanta Civic Center, there was one there.
Music
I
Midtown. Oh,
only went when it was at Piedmont.
Music Midtown. Yeah, Pete. That was later. That was like when they left
there.
and came back. They reestablished it in Piedmont.
Whatever that Fed building is now, right outside of the Midtown MARTA station, that used to be a park, and that's where they used to have Music Midtown, and that was by far the best music experience that I've had It was great. Every radio station in Atlanta, every radio station had at least one stage. 99X, who was the biggest at the time, had 2 stages, and they were the big stage. And you had your main stage, and then like behind that was or I guess in front of that, depending on how you're looking at it, was like their little sound booth, lights and everything. And then you go back further and they had their locals only stage. And so as one major act finished, the locals only stage would play some local music, and you kind of move over there, go back. But the B98 had theirs, and Fox 97 has theirs, and 106. Like you had old acts, you had country acts, you had hip hop acts, you had all the alt rock 90s acts. It was everything. You could go from seeing Cowboy Mouth to Tina Turner to,
Oh yeah,
it was just all kinds of stuff. It was great. It
I saw
was
Steve
so
Miller
much fun.
Band and Parliament Funkadelic, and I don't know, those are the 2 that stand out really big to me. But
And that was
all kinds of
before
yeah,
that was before my drinking ages, or my illegal drinking ages.
mine too.
But I would remember, well, of course it was, if I was before mine. But the thing I remember I saw at Music Midtown that I've never seen anywhere since then was people had these huge backpacks. Like you see the people like on like those REI commercials with those massive, huge backpacks that are like way too big, whatever. So it was backpacks like that, but they had beer cans like at their hands, and you could just pull them out. It was a cooler, and you could just pull out beer and sell them to people and just pull them out. I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever. And I've never seen them anywhere since then. They must have not kept anything cold at all.
You just got to drink it really fast. Right?
Or all those people just got really drunk and fell over because those things were massively huge.
Now tickets are freaking expensive.
It's like $300 for 2 days. Yeah. What is it? What is the new thing is the shaky knees?
Shaky Knees, yeah.
Shaky
That's
Knees.
the Old Fourth Ward, right?
It's over there at Central Park, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think it's Central Park, but it's like $300, $250,
Yeah.
something like that for 2 days. And I like, this is the first year I've liked a lot of acts they have. I'm not spending that much money to go there.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like I'm like, hitting age now where I'm like, I don't really want to go be in the masses.
You don't want to be
VIP.
up in that.
I don't want to wait for a bathroom. I got to pee a lot. I don't want to go.
Well, you can pay like $15 billion more and have VIP access, which gives you a different bathroom to wait in line for.
I'll just buy a nice speaker system at home and listen to music really loud and love it. It's all good.
Way to do it.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Sounds right to me. All right.
A little off topic.
A little off topic.
All good.
Music.
There was a thing posted on Panther Talk somewhere, I think, that there's a new NIL club for Georgia State football.
Oh, cool. That's good.
It's basically looks like
2?
It's not a separate collective or whatever. It's this website, nilclub.com. It's like a Patreon effectively. And so the football team has signed up, the players have signed up for this whole thing, and they're trying to do the same thing that, as Patreon does. And, Patreon's a great concept. You should support all of your favorite podcasts on Patreon, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. But so that's the same kind of concept. You go to NIL Club, whatever the thing is, Georgia State football, and they will do the same thing. They pay $25 a month, $50 a month, a monthly fee to be a member of this club. And they are producing specific content, which looks like just posts, like social media post type stuff that's specific to there. But there's 70 football players that are signed on to it, and they have a goal of $2,200 a month, of which they've hit $1,800 a month. But I'm like, $2,200 a month for 70 players, that's like $30 a month, right? Per player. Am I doing math right?
Does it have a name?
Well, the website's nilclub.com.
Oh, that's it.
And then there's like, it's like /team/Georgia-state-football, whatever it is. I don't know. But I'm like, so I'm just thinking about it. Would I rather get $30 a month, or would I rather just somebody throw me a $2,000 party every month with 69 of my closest friends?
Nice.
Right? I don't know. I'm sure it may work well for programs that kind of get a larger base, and maybe this will get bigger as well, but we're going to check it out.
Yeah, it's just another a mechanism that they're trying out. That's fine. But what you're saying is like it's like the NIL club is not just a Georgia State thing. It's like a all NCAA sports type of thing,
right?
and the players come in and sign up.
Yeah, any program can sign up for it, and that money goes to them. I mean, at least I would assume majority of the money goes to them. I'm sure NILclub.com is getting a slice of it, which makes me think that, man, we missed out on an opportunity to generate some cash there.
Tens of dollars.
No, I don't mean for Georgia State. Like, set this up, like, if the Ohio State kids decided to do something like this, or hell, the Boise State players.
Yeah.
There's something similar to that. I saw this today. There is who is it? Montana State. Montana State used a site like this to try to retain their players, and their shtick was, if you donated money to the team to keep a player or for a player,
okay,
if that player leaves, you get 100% of your money back.
I like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's some investors that started the whole thing up. They got a little stuff going.
I mean, it makes sense with the stuff we kind of talk about, right? It's like, well, I could give this player all this money, but like if they're just out, like that would piss me off if I donated money directly to them.
It blows my mind.
Like they left.
It blows my mind. There's not been some back and forth on that whole kind of thing. How can you give somebody money and them not honor their side of the obligation, right?
Yeah.
So they say, oh yeah,
we're doing kind of well. I was looking at seeing if there's other Sunbelt teams in this NIL club, and there are. One of them's down south, and they're not beating our monthly goal.
To be fair, if they have credit cards down there, they're probably maxed out, and the other ones can't get them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So this may be a difficult route for them to go. Just saying.
So we have 70 participating athletes with $1,801, and they have 102 with 1,175. So that splits a lot less. Right?
But the cost of living in Atlanta is a lot higher. So basically everybody has gotten a one-way Uber ride at this point.
And to where? Who knows?
I don't know. To in Statesboro, it may be to the STD clinic. So actually,
I wonder how this. How are they promoting this to get all of this?
The only way I came across it was somebody posted it. They're like, "Hey, in the middle of some thread on Panther Talk, they're like, hey, has anybody seen this?" And I'm like,
what?
Nope. No. I consider myself pretty connected to all things Georgia State, and when I see something like that, I'm like, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's crazy. Well, good luck to them with the NIL club.
Yeah, do it. I mean, give them money. I mean, after you subscribe to after you subscribe to State of Atlanta's Patreon, you should totally go to NIL Club and support those guys.
Speaking of NIL, how are we doing? NIL.
It's almost up to it's like almost $900,000 now, like 890, something like that, right?
Well, that's championship money.
That's like almost 3 championships.
Well,
it's definitely 2. It's definitely 2 championships.
Let's see if we do it.
But I wonder if they take that money down. Like, I've never seen that other than like one massive gift that we knew about going away. I've not seen that number go down at all. So
what happens the next year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so this is just like how much money we've raised over the past 2 years of doing this.
Yeah.
How much have we paid out so far?
I wonder if that's public. If you can. I mean, I know it's a private organization, but I wonder if there's rules around. They're not yet, right? They're implementing.
Right. I think that's part of the whole thing coming down with the schools paying. Is the schools will be able to once the schools are paying, the public institutes will have to disclose, but they don't they wait like 2 years before they put that kind of shit out? Like they don't.
I wanna say that the article I read about that had, some sort of mechanism in place that you could just go search and look at whatever the contracts
Well,
were.
we live in a world where information is readily available. It
Is it?
should be out there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it?
Well, I mean, the transfer portal is also one of those things that it feels like that information should be out there, but all of the websites that track recruiting and stuff are basically doing the same thing they do with recruiting and
I
like
feel like
looking around. I'm like, they had to file paperwork and like enter the portal. Like you have this database of people that are in the port. Just expose it to the internet so I can see. It's not
yeah, I
hard.
think that if I had my time machine opportunity, I can go back and everyone says kill Hitler, whatever. I'm not one for murder. I think my time machine thing would go back
Whoa.
to the Constitution being written, said, Bill of Rights, Amendment 11, all college payments to players must be disclosed publicly to everyone.
Oh.
Then it's just in the Constitution, and they've got to do it. So,
Dunzo.
yeah.
What are they going to do? Amend the Constitution?
I kind of wonder, like, how do we rank in our NIL? Do you know? I mean, are we
I
up
do
there?
not know. I would
48,000. We got to be up there.
I would
Gotta be.
say we are no better than. I'm going to break into thirds, and I'm going to say we're probably at the top of the middle third, no worse than the bottom of the middle third. We're in the middle third somewhere, I would assume.
You're bottom third.
I am kind of pear-shaped.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
I can see an AI prompt of David as a pear.
I can see me pear-shaped, like a fat pear. Like a.
Are you green pear or brown?
You guys are weird, man. I didn't mean to do this.
Brown.
Obviously brown.
I know.
The only thing else I had to talk about tonight, and this has nothing to do with Georgia State specifically, was ESPN is providing their content, all of their content, including ABC games, outside of having a TV provider contract.
What is it called?
ESPN.
Whoa, branding.
Streaming? It's just free streaming on ESPN?
No,
it's not free. Oh, it's not free. Well, it's
it's
$30
a month. It's like an ESPN Plus, but it's not.
Well, ESPN Plus is still a thing, but ESPN for $30 a month will give you ESPN Plus as well as all content on all ESPN linear, as well as any ESPN on ABC games.
They
So it's everything ESPN does.
Shook that crazy woven bullshit of TV money or of TV contracts. That's why nobody could do it, is because they had to get out of all these TV contracts.
That's what I'm curious about is how they. I mean, did things expire or something? Because I had heard nothing about this coming up until today, and it's going to be effective as far as as early as July this year, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I don't really watch ESPN outside of games specifically, but $30 a month to get like access to all of it.
I mean,
horrible.
The thing is ESPN has a ton of leverage because live sports is basically the last thing that advertisers have. Otherwise, we're streaming and skipping ads. You know what I mean?
Live sports, and I would say the next tier is probably live news. Is the only other thing.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, but I could even wait. I can wait an hour for live news and then just watch it an hour later. I don't care.
Sorry,
but, like,
Ryan. My
sports,
misconception.
I'm not doing that.
My thing is news entertainment. The specific news shows on the CNNs and the MSNBCs and the Fox News.
I know what you mean. I could still like, if I was streaming it, I could wait an hour, right? And I could watch it an hour later and skip all the commercials that I wanted.
It's true.
But sports, you're not doing that, because if you do that, you're gonna watch it when it happens, unless there's some reason you can't do it. Then you're gonna record it and like try to bury your head in the sand, right? But like sports, you're trying to watch that live.
I don't know. The people that record sports and try to watch it later, that's just weird shit.
And don't get mad when people spoil it. Like, you knew what you were doing. Come on,
I mean,
man.
this is like the last domino for people hanging on to cable subscriptions and stuff like that. A lot of people are like, I can't get rid of this, or I have to have streaming TV because I have to have my sports.
Well, and it also, like, kinda
We'll see.
justifies how much ESPN has just, taken over all of sports, and you're
Mhm.
like, I hate that ESPN has so much control." Oh, but now I can pay $30 a month, and I can have everything, and this includes the ESPN Plus content, which so I don't know if this has a bearing, but, it's a whole revamped app, and so now I'm thinking if people would just go to their ESPN app to watch whatever they're gonna watch because it's everything ESPN, maybe they see a Georgia State beach volleyball game that they would have never watched before, or a Georgia State baseball game or soccer game. They may see something they never would have watched before just because it's on, it's there, it's in front of them that would have not been in front of them before.
So if you have a TV subscription that includes ESPN, do you get access to the ESPN app? Because theoretically, you get it anyway.
I don't know, 'cause, like,
Oh yeah.
I
No.
have a streaming service subscription, but doesn't give me everything ESPN has to offer.
Mm,
I get ESPN and ESPN2, but I don't get ESPN
you
U, and I have a ESPN Plus subscription, but I that does not give me ESPN U, and then there's
ESPN
all
Me?
the yeah.
What about
I need
the Disney Hulu package?
that's one.
there
If I
is
have,
they will have
A tier.
the ESPN option does have a Disney Plus Hulu, partnership option as
so I
well.
could if I have like we're not sponsored by the way. I'm just totally interested in this. If I've got all 3 already, like I've got that package, I can just hit an upgrade
But
probably.
if you
Like
thought we were
that's
sponsored, I wanna hear from you because, that'd be awesome.
well, I feel like we're giving an advertisement for them right now, even though we just don't. We're talking out of our asses mostly, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's where the smell came from.
oh,
Yeah, go
well,
ahead.
exactly, right?
$300 per year. Okay.
Well, yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's cheaper than 360 a year, right?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I can see people were like, "Hey, I don't need this streaming TV cable subscription anymore.
Well, I mean, like, so
I got what I got."
I can get Fox and CBS games and ABC games through an antenna. The
Mhm.
only thing that's been keeping me on a TV service has been news and ESPN. If I can get everything on ESPN for 30 but which is way cheaper than my subscribing service, I mean, I may drop it.
You
And
can just use
then
Twitter for news.
yeah, and then I'll have no idea what's going on in the world at all except for what Twitter tells me.
That's enough.
40
And I watch a lot of
47,000.
TikTok as well. I watch
I'm
a lot of
joking.
TikTok.
I'm
So,
joking.
That's
is
crazy.
isn't Twitter the number one news app now?
Is it? I thought it's falling
Is that
apart
what Elon
from.
said?
Yeah, Elon said
Oh
it,
no, I mean
so it's gotta be
it is
right.
falling apart.
He doesn't
I
ever
don't.
just say stuff.
I have seen
I
news.
don't even know what the measurement would be. Like I don't even know how you would measure that.
I don't know how you use like just user generated content as news, but I have seen like news articles come out or people post something and they'll like do at Grok, is this true? And it's like, nope.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I've been liking that. I Grok's pretty good actually. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually to that I was talking about to somebody I don't even remember about the tornadoes that came through Atlanta like last year or the year before something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like on like weatherchannel.com or I was going on to other like weather radar websites and stuff, and it was all like 5-10 minutes behind. But I was on Twitter and they were like, "Oh, there's the tornado. Oh, there's." I mean, you could see pictures popping up. You were like live tracking it on Twitter.
You
Like,
got
oh,
you
wait,
get
there's my house.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
Dorothy in the house recording the witch as she's spinning around in the middle of the tornado and
Oh,
everything.
there's me on my porch. Oh shit.
Hey, look, there's my porch.
You're like, hey, no photos. Don't take photos of me on my porch.
I did see that. Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the back to the ESPN thing real quick. It says that they're gonna have enhanced betting.
I saw that. I saw enhanced betting. I'm like, wait, there's betting now? Like,
I guess there was gonna be like an in-app betting type
I'm
thing,
sure.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. That's not legal in Georgia. I don't think they've tried to pass it a couple times. I think, and I don't think it ever did.
yeah,
Really?
it will
Yeah.
not be that feature will not be turned on in the Georgia area.
You get a VPN though. You're good.
So speaking of that, little off topic, little last call topic, but we're about to go there anyways. I was visiting my sister and her boyfriend over the weekend, and he was somewhere where he could not bet on his phone. So he called his friend and had him log into his account and said, "Place this bet for me." And his buddy logged into his account, placed the bet, and then he logged back into his phone to check it. And it called him out and said, "You moved faster than it's possible to get between these two states.
Oh
We are
no!
invalidating this bet, and your account has been flagged for tampering."
Oh no!
Shit.
Did he win?
I laughed and didn't really care because he's my sister's boyfriend, and I don't really pay attention to what he says.
That's
It's
fair.
just like trying to watch like YouTube TV or whatever in a foreign country, right? And you forget you turn off the VPN and it sees that you're not in the United States, and it's like, no, you can't do that.
What?
No more TV for you.
I was hacked.
Yeah. Someone
This
stole
isn't
my
where I
login.
parked my car.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
It's
I think we're done,
Euro
right?
trip. It's Euro trip.
I think we can move on to last call.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this right? This is not where I parked my car.
That's what I said.
Oh, I missed what you said because I wasn't paying attention because I couldn't stop staring at your bald head.
Oh, it's not that bald. It's shiny right now because the light's right above me. I need to figure out this lighting situation.
Oh, I've got a topic for you for last call.
Okay.
Tim, take us out.
All right. With that, thanks everyone for listening. We're going to take a quick break here and head over to last call. If you like what you heard or you didn't, join our Patreon anyway, patreon.com/state of Atlanta. You'll get live stream access, discounts on merch, group chat, breaking news, adult bevs, and more. $5 is all it takes per month to become a fan of the show. We'd love to have you aboard. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace. Dude, oh, I didn't do the thing. Hold on. Let's do the thing.
Thank you to all our Patreon members.
There we go.